So why self-mastery? You know, the workplace is changing. You know that as well as I do. It used to be that if you did something well, you put out a good, and both individuals and organizations are being called on to adapt in a lot of new ways. I think there's at least three forces driving this. There's the new technology, there's the globalization of capital and markets, and there's new customer expectations. And so the old way of doing things is just not going to work. Companies have to adapt, people have to adapt, and they have to be able to happen that many do, deal with the challenge of change. And this means a different way of organizing things. Companies are going towards more team-based organizations. Leadership has to happen not only at the top, but leadership at different levels of the organization where it didn't before. People have to be able to be flexible and creative. They can't just do the one thing all the time and expect it to work. Right? So there's a lot of challenges and stresses that are happening, both for organizations and for individuals. There's also something that comes from the work. There's a pollster named Daniel Yankelovich, and does a lot of polling around trends. And he's seeing a very interesting shift that's happening from the poll that he did with many thousands of workers in different companies across the country. It used to be there was an emphasis on kind of an instrumental approach, right? You did your work, you earned your pay. And that worked for a long time for most people. But now more and more people are wanting a more, what he used the term sacred approach, where people are valued more for themselves. And that they feel valued, they feel seen, and they also feel that their contribution is being brought forward. And this doesn't always happen. In fact, the Gallup organization did a poll. This was a big one. There's hundreds of thousands of workers across the country, and realized that less than 20% of workers feel that their best contribution is being used. Right? So what happens to the other 80%? What a powerful, demotivating thing if you don't feel like you're the best of who you are is being accepted and welcomed in your company. So this is why we're talking about self-mastery and linking it to leadership, and talking about how people can really develop themselves in a new way using this Enneagram system.